Being consistent, it's not easy, and I can definitely attest to that. And I'm sure becoming an organized, becoming a non-procrastinator, becoming a person who has all of their habits on point, it's a challenge, and you will never be at 100%. We were not meant to be at 100%. Whatever habits you have in your life up until now, if you are being consistent with them, it doesn't matter how little you do. As long as you're being consistent, you will move forward in any kind of areas in your life. Hello and welcome back. If you don't know me, my name is Valentina. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's go over actual facts on how you can be consistent this year. Define your why. It's one of the first steps I would take. Why are you trying to be consistent at something? Why are you trying to make it as a habit? What does it to you? What importance it brings to your life? And once you have a why and you answer yourself as honestly as you can, it will push you that much more towards actually installing that habit and actually being consistent, whatever it is, whether it's exercising or writing habit. Start with a strong foundation. And what I mean by that is actually be hard on yourself. One of the greatest form of self-love is being tough on yourself. No one became who they are today, especially people who achieved something in their life. They were not soft on themselves. They were not, oh, you poor baby, why don't you sleep an extra half hour? Why don't you skip a workout today? You can ride tomorrow. No, anyone who ever achieved anything achieved it through the power of consistency. It's all about compound. No matter how little you do today, if you're gonna be doing that little every day, then definitely you will see results in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months. Break it down. If you think that a working out habit takes too much of your time or takes too much of your space, break it down. Your workout doesn't need to be an hour a day and that's it. If I don't have that hour a day, I'm not gonna work out. No, especially if you're a parent and I'm a parent and I know how it works. You can't do it. Like I can never squeeze in, unless it's in the morning when my kids are in school, a full an hour workout. So I usually break it down. I do my yoga and stretching in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I either go for a run or I make it to the gym and do some weights for at least 20 minutes. So it's all about how you look at things. If you are scared of making a habit take that much space and that much time in your life, then break it down into smaller ones. Set realistic expectations. So your goal should not be, oh, I want a six-pack abs. Your goal should be, oh, I want to build muscle. And it makes a difference when you look at it that way. Setting up a minor goal, not something unrealistic, something that it's a dream for you. So when you are actually being honest with yourself and you look at yourself and you think, okay, so I want to be healthier, I want to build some muscle, I want to make this a consistent thing. Be realistic. The more realistic you are, the easier it is to start and actually maintain that habit. Create a schedule, make a window. I always make it a point to prioritize self-care and to actually mentally block. I never put it in my calendar, but everyone knows, at least closer people to me, they know that first 2 hours in the morning, I prefer not to talk to anyone. I don't check my phone. After my kids are gone to school, that's when my self-care begins. And self-care, I don't mean it in a narcissistic way. I don't put a mask and watch shows. I do yoga. I do facial yoga. I do writing, reading, listening to an audiobook, cook something for yourself. So whatever it is, self-care, it doesn't need to be narcissistic. It doesn't need to be up to a point, oh, it's just for me. It's for your well-being, because if you are going to feel good, look good, you are going to be perceived as a more of a positive person. You're gonna influence other people. You are going to inspire other people. You're going to inspire your partner. You're going to inspire your children. So make it as a less narcissistic as possible and think of it as a self-love. Self-care is definitely self-love. Eliminate distractions. Going back to James Clear's book, that you need to have as little friction as possible between you and the habit and as little distractions as possible. It's like you want to install a habit not to eat chocolate. So the main friction would be don't buy it. As much as you are inclined to buy it, don't buy it. Don't play with you, oh, I'm stronger than that. I'll buy the chocolate and I'll eat it only in the morning, or it's just good to have it there. Don't put yourself in a situation to fail. So make sure that whatever environment you're doing for yourself, whatever habits you're trying to incorporate, that environment needs to reflect those habits. So if you want to work out, you're gonna have yoga mats around. If you wanna have a healthier diet, you're gonna have fruits out. If you wanna read more, you're gonna have books out. If you wanna drink more, you're gonna have bottles of water around the house. So by eliminating the friction, you are eliminating also the possibility of you not maintaining a habit and actually not failing at a habit, because let's be honest, we all fail at a couple of habits for sure here and there. I do for sure. Another important point is seek accountability. No matter who you are trying to achieve a particular consistency with, whether you have your partner who is on the same level as you are, maybe it's a relative, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your children. I would incorporate children, and I'm gonna definitely have a different video on this topic. I definitely would incorporate my children in all of my habits, because this is how you install healthy habits in them, by example. So if you have an accountability buddy, let's say that way, you're always gonna push yourself, each other, I would say, because it's so easy to talk yourself out of doing something, because, you know, let's be honest, we all feel bad for ourselves. It's okay, Valentina, you don't have to work out today, you can skip it. And then your partner or your friend calls you and they're like waiting for you outside. You have no choice. You have to put on that workout outfit and go and work out. You have to sit and write. You have to make that healthy meal. So always seek for accountability when you're trying to implement a habit. Learn from your setbacks. If you tried to become consistent in one thing or the other and you feel like you cannot do it and you took a step back and you stopped trying, don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as a lesson learned. Okay, so that means that I am bad at trying to do this thing, or I am not as good as being consistent with walking every day or running every day, but maybe I'm good at stretching every day or doing yoga or going biking. Always try to switch the habit as long as your goal is the same. It doesn't matter which direction you take, which road you take, because eventually your goal is to be healthy and to be physically active. So it doesn't matter what you do. And by trying different things, you're gonna learn so much more about yourself. So don't look at it as a setback. Look at it as a lesson learned. You live, you learn. Celebrate small wins. If you went 5 days on being consistent and actually maintaining a habit, give yourself a pat on the back. Praise yourself. Be good to yourself. Don't talk yourself down. Oh, it's only 5 days. It's nothing. It's a huge thing. It's hard to maintain a habit for 2 days in a row, never mind 5 days. So whatever you are in your journey, and if you are actually trying to be consistent and intentional this year, whatever you do, be grateful and be really good to yourself. Don't belittle and don't talk yourself down, because you have, I'm sure, enough from the outside world negativity that it's putting you down. You don't need to do it to yourself as well. So here it is, your monthly dose of motivation. I hope you are motivated to do something new this year, to start a new habit, to implement a new rule in your day-to-day schedule, and I will see you in my next video.